Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In the last episode we tracked our friend to the edge of the map, and I think today we're going to be passing past it, seeing if there's any dragons out there. One of the big problems we're currently facing is we have quite high terror, and I'm not sure if there's anything I can do here that would lower said terror. Join the celebration? Nice. Cheers rise to the mountain and its bounty of ours, until the soft panpipe sounds fade and the back-breaking work of mining must begin again. After another drink or two, of course. Something to ward off the chill of the cold mountain slopes. Right, we need what it was 2 supplies and 3 fuel per attempt. The first attempt is going to be a 0% chance, so maybe we just buy some, see if we can do it. I mean, worst case scenario, we run out of money, which I think is gonna happen. So let's go. Off the edge of the map. Here be dragons. I swear, if there is actually dragons, I will be infinitely impressed. Also, we'll see how much terror it gives us, which is the thing that I kind of worry about the most, if I'm honest. Because out here at Lustrum, there isn't really that many options for me to lower my terror reliably. I've got a funny feeling this isn't the end of the story, so I'm not too worried about accidentally ending my character, unless of course I die, in which case then that would be very unfortunate. Right. Ambition. Search the wastes for your friend. She left her crew at New Winchester and took the Azazel alone into the howling wastes. We failed, of course we did. For days, you scour the waste. These are regions where the sons have died, victims of the polite slaughter concealed by the courtesy. You find nothing but frozen ruins, grim, grey monuments, and rubble strewn across the sky. Winds hound your locomotive, battering her every hour of the endless night. Frost is a constant threat, creeping along pipes, infiltrating the stores. Eventually, you have to turn back. When your engine and crew have thawed, you can try again. Okay, so we need another 2 and another 3. I could go again. A 40% chance. 2. How much fuel does it use? 3? We're at half a tank. You know what? I'm going to play it safe here. I'm going to go buy more. A small part of me was like, we could probably make it back to Lustrum on half a tank of fuel. Yeah, we probably could. Or we could die. Rather not. Didn't give us terror though, so that is good. Maybe I will buy 2 times more. That should be enough for us to explore a little bit more of the edge of the map. God knows what's going to happen after this. I assume we're going to find our friend. 3 fuel, so if I buy 6 fuel and 4 supplies, I am out of money. Ooh, we need to make money. Great. That's going to be a fun couple episodes, isn't it? Admittedly, I have a lot of money in my bank. A small part of me still wants to go back to Albion to finish our gate as well. That could be a very, very good way of making money, smuggling, and all that. Back we go. Turn back. Never! We search the wastes once again. We failed again. Fantastic. It's the same text as last time. I was kind of hoping it might be new, but alas. And we try one last time. 80%. Please don't fail. Nice. On the 3rd midnight after you entered the wastes, a junior signaller cries out. "A fire, Captain!" You rush to the window. There, in a ruined palace fragment, you see a flicker of lonely flame. A small encampment is tucked into the tumbled pillars. Someone has tried to grow a plot of verdant seeds there, but the winds and cold have choked them. There is a lean-to, constructed against the side of a locomotive, which has been stripped for parts to build makeshift components. See if we can find the earnest agitator. There's no sign of her at the camp. Perhaps she has taken shelter in the scavenged remains of her locomotive. You find her in the engine room, rolled in blankets besides the now cold firebox. She is half-starved and bitten with frost. Another day, and you'd have been too late. You are struck by the familiar curl of her hair on one cheek, the sharp arch of her eyebrows. Her forearms and hands are wrapped in bandages. She opens her eyes. Recognition dawns in them. Then horror. She pushes you away. "Fire follows. If you find me, it finds me. If it finds me, it finds you. Leave me. Please." So we can either leave her. If you do, you will also abandon your quest for the truth, but perhaps you have learned enough. Or we can take her home. None of that. She's coming with you. Take her home. She fights you, but has no strength. You carry her back to your engine and put her in your cabin. She weighs next to nothing, only to get her back to New Winchester and a doctor. As for the fire that follows and the wrath of the stars, well, what will happen will happen. Nice, let's get out of here. Back to New Winchester we go. Will I be able to make it with the fuel I have? I bloody hope so. 3 and 3? That's pushing it. Maybe not so bad if I cut through the desolation of Salbia. Might not be so bad. Or we'll run out and die. I'm sure we'll be fine. I have faith. We just have to cut the closest path. And maybe not fight any of the spinsters that are definitely going to be at the Desolation of Salvia, because they always bloody are. Never know. Maybe nothing will happen. That was me living in hope. It happens. Oh, bloody hell, I just found somewhere new. Who saw that coming? Right, here we go. We're at full health. I always take the wrong path. I need to cut through the middle of the God, really? I'll jettison some supplies. It's not what I needed. I needed to save my supplies, damn it. Yeah, cut through here. Go straight across. Don't crash the engine. Crash the engine. Oh. That was woefully uneventful. Oh, I mean, other than the little violins, but, you know. Ah, never mind. No. Nah. Stripper for repairs, I guess? Thanks. We leave? Oh, wow, really? Okay. It's guest and a bloody scribe spinster. This is what I get for saying it's going well, huh? Oh dear. That's a terrible angle. Okay. We're leaving. Full steam ahead. Ow, piss. I sure hope that didn't infest my ship. How much fuel do I have? Yeah, we got enough fuel. Yeah, getting hit by the guests is kind of terrible. Admittedly, that didn't do that much damage at all. But getting hit by it may have infested my ship. I don't think so, though. I guess we'll find out if we get the event. I think we can strip our ship at New Winchester, and that's where we're going anyway, so... My terror is... high. And I'm not a fan. Hello, monitor. Oh dear. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't shoot me. Because I will win. Are you? I thought he was getting ready to aim at me. Right, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we should be alright. My terror is insanely high, though. Good lord. That's what I get for going through the desolation of Salvia, I guess. Now, I'm kind of hoping there's going to be some prospects here that we can take advantage of and get ourselves some money, because I got a funny feeling we're going to need a lot of it. Given that I'm basically broke, which isn't great. Almost there, though. Hopefully we'll get the New Winchester terror reduction when we dock. We haven't been there for a while, so... At least I don't think I've been there for a while. Oh, I hope so. Because it's looking a bit sketchy. Here we go. Thank God we did. Phew! Ooh, that was stressful. Didn't like that at all. Okay. Is there anything I need to do here before I do my ambition reunion? Drop off those never-ending gemstones? I could do with selling some of these gourds of cloister nectar. We've got so much of it. Good lord, is there a prospect for getting rid of that stuff? Admittedly, knowing my luck, I'll probably need it. Hours for the Leadbeater and Stainrot Nature Reserve? I have a lot of hours, but... Consignments of literature. They're literally the two worst possible roles for the Bazaar. And for the life of me, there used to be a way you could make it so it would change the prospects, but I don't remember what it was. I think I have to leave and come back, but it's also possible they've changed that. New prospects available in 8 days. I could just wait 8 days, I suppose. Yeah, okay. That's mildly annoying. Do I have literature? I have 3. Great! Brilliant. Could sell some of those stones. I've got literally no fuel or supplies or money. A little bit terrifying, if I'm honest. I could sell the crockery. I've got so much bloody crockery. Let's how much do I get for bloody crockery? 50? Oh. It's not a lot, but you know what? I'll sell 6 crockery for 300. That makes me feel better. That should be enough to get some fuel and supplies, at least. Never-ending gemstones are worth quite a lot. Okay. Alright, let's do the story, shall we? Ambition, the reunion. You have established the earnest agitator in a safe house belonging to Meg. To try to confound the fire that follows, the house is lampless and candleless. Instead, the Baroness has provided an electric bulb, heater and generator from the Imperium to illuminate and heat your friend's room. How ingenious! In addition, the Didact has covered every surface with talismans and amulets. You don't know if they'll help. You don't think he does either. The Masked Citizen has provided flowers. A great many flowers. Let's attend to our friend. The doctor you contracted was not optimistic about her chances. She has been senseless for several days while you cared for her. But finally, she is beginning to wake. Beneath the pile of blankets, she is still gaunt and wan. She lost 2 fingers to frostbite. Her eyes open. When she sees you, she gives a snort of exasperation. "Fool," she murmurs fondly. Her voice is scoured by the cold. Then, in a sudden flash of panic, she looks at her forearms, only relaxing when she sees the long gloves you have covered them with. A few days ago, when you removed the old, grimy bandages wrapped around her arms, you found the skin beneath covered in script. The fire that follows must have caught her at her lodgings. Her forearms and hands were covered in her secrets. Did you read them? Of course, you have known each other for years. She has no secrets from you. Or you did not. You looked away and found her long gloves as soon as possible. Let's go with you did not. Let her keep her secrets. You'd rather not know. The earnest agitator is sitting up in the bed now, demolishing a bowl of soup. You both know you won't have long. The fire that follows is hunting for you. Why did she flee to the wastes? What did she hope to achieve? A few more months, maybe? The fire had already found me. More than once. The last time I barely escaped. I hoped the stars would find it harder to see out in the wastes. That it would be harder for the fire to find me. Perhaps even that it might be afraid. She looks into your eyes. I was wrong. There is no escape. You'll see about that. Let's talk about old times. Forget suns and their strife, hunting fires and the courtesy. Talk instead of better days. For a time, you try to forget. You talk about old escapades and friends, bicker companionably about unsettled arguments, tease each other with familiar precision. It is good for a while, but soon her eyes settle on her gloves, and she remembers the fire that follows and the hopelessness of her position. Oh. Maybe I should have done the third option where we discuss what we found out. Suddenly, blue light flares in the window. You hear screams. The fire has found you. Let's help our friend escape to the roof. You knew it was only a matter of time. You have made preparations. You knew the fire would come, but not that it would come so soon, or so stealthily. It inhabited the hearths of 4 houses around your location, then put forth embers and fingers of flame. It crept down into their cellars, and then, through them, to adjacent cellars, building in size and intensity. Then, it rose. When you emerge onto the roof, an abrupt inferno has broken out. Blue flames spewing clouds of smoke consume the surrounding buildings. They have burned a sigil into New Winchester itself. And now, moving with impossible speed, the fire closes in. On the roof, with the ring of smoke drawing in, the earnest agitator leans on you heavily. I'm sorry. You know as much as I do now. It will never stop hunting us. If I could offer myself up to spare you, I would. You feel an abrupt itching at your neck. Your second mouth. The gift from the halved speaks once more. This is possible, it says. What is it suggesting? Time is short? You cannot flee the courtesy, or defy it. You can only join in. You could appeal for the right to slay a star. You point out that you are not, in fact, a sun. Quite. However, the courtesy is unspecific on that point. Perhaps since only suns are capable of defeating other suns, they did not think it worth forbidding others from trying, or perhaps the idea amused them. Regardless, the requirements are the gift of a soul and an exact supplication. You are not capable of the latter, but I am, and while customary, a rare and elaborate soul is given to symbolize the weight of the act. Hers will do. Then, of course, you will ultimately have to kill a son. Oh. Nope. We're going to flee together. Ignore the words of your extraneous mouth. You have prepared an escape, but it will only be the first. If you stay in the skies, you'll be fleeing forever. You will have to find a way to escape the heavens. The second mouth closes, tight as a vice. It never speaks again. Over the crackling of fire and the shouts, you hear another, more welcome noise. The shrill scream of a locomotive's whistle. The smoke billows, and out of it thunders the Bodician, the plucky Baroness's engine. A rope ladder is flung down, and you help the earnest agitator climb up and inside as the locomotive pulls away. The fires leap one last time, and then their blueness fades from them. The fire that follows is patient. You think it is even enjoying this. "I'll drop you at the station," the Baroness tells you, "and then you'd better start running." She hugs each one of you once. Your old friend is an officer on your locomotive. Talk to her and decide what's next. Okay. Well, I'm sure this is not going to be a problem. Oops, that's not what I wanted to click on. I wanted to click on my officers. There she is. Wow, 2 hearts, 2 iron, 2 veils, and 2 mirrors. Good lord, that's just like straight up 2 everything. Is that better than the Incognito Princess? It gives me 6 mirrors. You've known the earnest agitator since the days before London came to the heavens. They were simpler times. Now you are both fleeing the wrath of the suns and their bloodhound, the fire that follows. The knowledge you have learned is the scent that leads it to you. There is nowhere to hide in all the wide, wild skies. Night after night you meet in your cabin and try to come up with a way out of your predicament. It's going to cost me a moment of inspiration, 3 sky stories. You soon rediscover what good foils you made for each other. Thinking is easier with 2 minds doing it. After scouring your shared knowledge of the skies and considering and discarding countless fruitless ideas, you are left with a single conundrum and no good recourse. There is no refuge for you in the sky. Therefore, you have 2 choices: flee the heavens or flee yourselves. So I can either discuss fleeing the heavens. London entered the sky through the avid horizon, but that door has been closed for years. On the far side lies the Neath, a vast subterranean cavern where suns hold no sway. Or we can discuss hiding ourselves. The fire that follows is hunting you and the things you have learned. But what if you were to become someone else entirely? Can we go back to the Neath? No one knows why the avid horizon closed. One day, people just stopped coming through it. Attempts to reopen it have been unsuccessful. Of course, you would only need to open it a crack, just wide enough and long enough for the 2 of you to slip through. The Eagle Khan provided insight and machinery that helped Her Majesty open and hold open the door, your friend says. If we are to do so again, we'll need some of that ingenuity. It won't come cheap. And then we'll need to establish a base at the gate itself. Okay, visit the Imperium in Eleutheria to acquire the devices and knowledge you need to pursue this course of action. Can I discuss the other option? Hiding ourselves? In Eleutheria, there is a prison called Piranesi. Those who were cast into its deepest cells emerged changed beyond recognition. It would mean giving ourselves up, your friend warns. We would become new people, with new memories and new faces, new selves. Well, we're not doing that one. So, looks like we're going to try and open the door to the avid horizon. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, well that's gonna be fun. So we need to go to the Empyrean. I don't like Eleutheria. Oh god. Oh, maybe I will go to Albion first. To see if we can make the gate to Eleutheria so I don't have to go at bloody Hybris every goddamn time I want to go there. So that's probably a good idea. Maybe I'll go look at that in the next episode. For now, I think I'm going to end this episode here, having saved our friend from off the edge of the map. We desperately need money, and we're going to go and try and get back to the Neath. How cool is that? Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel and the coffee supporters. It really does mean the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time.